Hi everyone, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're a new viewer, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, a big welcome back. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to hit the subscribe button below, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted. I try to post weekly, but we did have a 2-week hiatus here, and with that being said, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year! I hope you guys all had a wonderful Christmas with your families. If you celebrate Christmas or if you celebrate other holidays, I hope you were able to spend it with family. And Happy New Year! It's 2022. I can't believe it. It's gonna take me a while to start writing that correctly. Probably like most of us, right? I am trying to use some natural light, and hopefully it will stay with me for a few minutes. We've had a snowstorm from yesterday evening until this morning, and the weather's been behaving itself at the moment. It's definitely overcast, but I'm hoping I will at least be able to get some natural light here because I have some wonderful new colorways to show you guys. So that's what we're going to get into first, of course. Shop update. So first, I have 2 new colorways. They are limited run colorways. I just dyed up enough on a couple different bases, and once they're gone, they're gone. I did not record the recipes for these. So the first one up is Stardust. So I have a couple different colorways. I have some new colorway bases in the shop, you guys. I'm really excited to experiment with some fun new bases. I just kind of went a little wild, and you will see that here. So I have a very limited amount of Suri Alpaca. So I only have the 50 gram skeins because I've thought, I'm not a big Suri person myself. I know there are a lot of people out there that do like it, but I figured I would be using it for smaller size projects, like maybe hats or mittens or something along those lines. So I did 50 grams. So this is a 50 gram skein, and this is Suri Alpaca, and this is that Stardust Stardust colorway. So you can see it's so beautiful. There's this very soft violet throughout, some gray, blue, and a very soft, like sky blue throughout. This is definitely a tonal variegated yarn. It's very subtle variegation, so it's not going to be stark, and this should be beautiful. What I've learned from other people out there, one individual in particular who talked about this was Fiber for the People. I watch her podcast, and she had an excellent idea. So I would want to try this myself, is using a solid based colorway, and then I was thinking about my Plutalopi because that is a more rustic yarn, and then using this Suri Alpaca tonal, or this is a tonal, but you can get speckles as well, but this is a tonal, and use this with that solid base colorway, hold it double, knit up my project, and it'll have this subtle variegation throughout, and it will lend itself to this coloring throughout versus just being a solid. So I'm going to test that out at some point. I've got a lot of projects right now on the needles, but I'm really excited to try this out. This is a new base to me, and it's that Suri Alpaca. So if you've been looking for Suri Alpaca and you've been waiting for me to dye some up, here's your chance. This is, again, this is Stardust, and I'm actually have a couple more bases. I at least have 2 more bases. I mixed up a bunch of different bases for these, you guys, because I wanted to make sure if someone had a particular base they liked. But again, another new base. So this is super exciting. The supplier I get my yarn from, they actually now have a few more non-superwash bases, which I love. The Peruvian Highland wool non-superwash base. That is what my Advent is dyed up on. And this is not Peruvian Highland wool. This is, let's see, I want to get this right. So it is non-superwash merino nylon. And I want to say it's 80-20. I for sure will have the correct everything information in the links below to the website, and the listing on the website will be correct. But I want to say it's 80-20, and it's non-superwash merino. It's either 80-20 or 75-25. I just can't remember. But this is beautiful. You can see there's amazing twist definition here. You can really see it here as well. Again, this is the Stardust. This is a non-superwash base. It's extremely soft, you guys. Merino is very, very soft, and it's not that I have anything against superwash. I know some people do have like high opinions about one or the other, but this is for those who do not want to use superwash. I now carry a couple more bases. So I also have Peruvian Highland wool. I do not have Peruvian Highland wool on this colorway though. This is, if you want a non-superwash, this would be a non-superwash merino and nylon blend. So this would be excellent for socks. I mean, it would be great for a lot of different things, but especially socks. So that's a little more true to color here. I gotta be careful. My light's gonna blast it out, but you can just see that beautiful variegation. There is a little bit of speckling in these colorways, very subtle speckling throughout, but it's very subtle. This is very light speckling in this colorway. And then I have one more base in particular that I dyed it up on, and this is a Superwash Marine. So this is Superwash, and this is a BFL high twist with nylon. So this is very similar to this other skein. If you look at them, they're very similar, but this is actually a Superwash, and this is Bluefish Luster. I always say that wrong, but Bluefish Luster. And you can see again, very subtle speckling, beautiful purple, and light sky blue throughout, and gray. I just love this color so much. This is like, I don't know, it just feels like something out of a dream and stardust. This just seems like another very magical colorway. So absolutely love it. And you can see how it looks different on different bases. These are extremely similar, but one is superwash and one is non-superwash. So there you have it. One thing you can note here, this non-superwash actually looks much softer than the superwash, which is interesting because Peruvian Highland wool usually tends to make it darker, because I do have the next colorway dyed up on a Peruvian Highland wool. So I'm going to be able to show you guys that. So this is Stardust, and that will be in the shop here on Monday. So there is that. And then the next colorway is Landscape, and I just love this. So this one is definitely a speckled. You can see there's definitely speckling. It is a variegated. You just keep holding it over here because when I get up too close, it blasts it out so much. I can kind of see it. So this base is, this is going to be kind of hard to see, but there is gold stellina in this. This is really fun. Another new base to me. So I have a couple new bases. So this is actually Superwash Merino, nylon, and 5% gold stellina in it. So it's very, very fun, very soft and squishy, and super, super fun. So I do want to use some of this for a super fun pair of socks. And yeah, beautiful. It's got some brown in here, some blue speckling. Got just soft washes of green and yellow, like a golden yellow here throughout. Absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I love this colorway. So this is that super fun gold stellina blended merino nylon base. And then we also have this again is that non-superwash merino. You see how nice and springy that is? So this is non-superwash merino nylon blend. And this again is that landscape colorway. So you can see it on a couple different bases here. And then this is the Peruvian Highland wool. So wonderfully squishy, and I love this. So this is one of my favorite bases. It is so pleasant to knit with, and it's super soft and very warm, very warm. So this is that Peruvian Highland wool. And you can still see there's speckle definition in here, but it is definitely softer. But the color saturation, I feel like, is more vibrant in this, like just much deeper, because it doesn't have like the nylon in it, which tends to make things look lighter. So there you go. So this is Landscape, and I have a couple colorways of that will be in the shop as well on Monday. So keep your eye out for that. Got a lot to talk about today, so I'm just going to keep jumping around. Sorry. Oh boy. All right. Next, finished object. So I wasn't wearing it because I wanted to show you guys here, but all right. For those of you who have been following along, I finally finished. It took me just a few days. I think like a week, half a week. So a month and It took me about a month and a half to make, a month and a half, oh my goodness, a month and 3 days. Oh my gosh, a month and 3 days. It took me a month and 3 days to do the shawl, you guys. But my Shake It Up shawl is finished. It is blocked and the ends are actually woven in. I'm very proud of myself. It is huge. This is a massive shawl. This is using my Advent, my Multifarious Nature Advent that I dyed up. There are just a couple in the shop, you guys, so if you want to give this as a gift for yourself, a gift for a friend, they make excellent gifts. There are 25 colorways that they get to open, so they could do it like the month of their birthday or the month following their birthday or whenever. But it's there's 24 minis and then there's one full size skein, which is day 25. And this is what the colorways are that you get. Shake It Up Shawl was a pattern that I purchased myself and used, but you can use any pattern. I know one of the individuals that purchased it. I'm so excited. I want to see it so bad. She's doing a habitation throw, which I think would be an awesome pattern for this yarn. You get a lot of yarn. You could make like a little garment with this as well. This is a massive accessory, but you can make like a little sweater if you wanted. I will take a photo and I will share it here if I can figure out how to do that, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I definitely will show in my Instagram. If you're not aware, I am on Instagram and Facebook as Multifarious Nature. So if you search for that, you'll find me there as well. I tend to share quite a few little posts here and there on Instagram and Facebook, and either or I try to share the same thing on most platforms. And I will take a photo of the remnants that I have from my Advent, you guys. I have so much yarn still left over. I made this massive shawl and I still have enough yarn that I could make another type of shawl easily. So you get a lot of yarn. I was trying to be really upfront about that. You guys get over 2,600 above that. 2,600 plus yards of 100% Peruvian Highland wool non-superwash yarn. It is so cozy and warm, and this is literally like wearing a warm blanket. It's amazing. So someone on, I think it was Facebook where I shared this, wanted to know how I wear this. And I will take photos at some point. I haven't gotten a chance. I really want to do it when it was sunny out, so you guys can appreciate the color. But I usually wear my shawls like this. I just kind of like throw them on. And I know like Andrea Mallory said that she likes to wear them kind of like off to the side kind of thing. Like that's kind of the way that I usually wear my shawls. It's the easiest way that I find for wearing shawls when it comes to going out and like running around. I live in Michigan. It gets very cold here in the winter, so having this really nice warm cozy shawl and then my coat zipped up like halfway, this is just so nice and warm. It sticks out of the coat so you can see it, and it's an excellent accessory and windbreaker. Stops the wind from getting you. So this is the way I tend to wear it. The other way I wear it is in the morning when I let my dogs out. I do tend to throw it over my shoulders because it is, again, freezing. So when I'm standing in the doorway, I literally just do this. I do it the old-fashioned way. I just throw it on over my shoulders and wear it like this. You can see it is very big, very big. And this wonderful brioche is so nice and stretchy and warm. So yes, I love the Shake It Up shawl. This was so much fun, and doing it for the second time, I just love this pattern so much. So I've done this pattern twice now. I'm not sure if I'll do it again. I mean, maybe. It took me a year. A year had gone by when I hadn't done it last time, so it was kind of like, it was about time to do it again. And I just felt like it worked so well with this Advent, and I just altered the pattern and did a couple different colorways per section. And the lace, there's lace sections, and just look how beautiful this lace work is, you guys. It pretty much looked this way without blocking it. I love this Peruvian Highland wool. It just bounces back. It has amazing memory because it's non-superwash. So it really is a fluffy, gorgeous yarn. And so I've got the lace work there. I've got the brioche, again, nice and fluffy. and more lace work. Super fun colorway here. So I don't know, I hope you guys love this as much as I do. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm so proud of it. I really am. This was such a labor of love. I worked so hard on it. The colorways are inspired by the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, also known as UP. And I just love it so much. So I hope that everyone who has purchased one loves it and is enjoying working on it if they're still working on their projects, because I did it every single day starting December 1st through like December 30th or 29th. So I did have just a few more days of knitting on it. And really all I was knitting was I was binding off. There's a lot of border on this. It is a nice defined bind off on the edging. So I wanted to make sure that I did that. You could do a different type of bind off, just a stretchy bind off, but I really like the defined bind off that the pattern has in it. So I did it again. But I did not do the tassels on this one like I did last year. And I don't know. I might end up doing the tassels, but at the moment I am loving the way it is as is. So there you have it. Shake It Up Shawl with the Multifarious Nature Advent. And I just love it so much. There's so many beautiful colorways that I just love so much. And I did it in the order that I opened them. And I just feel like it just worked out exactly how I would want it to. I wasn't sure if that's what I was doing pattern-wise when I dyed them, so I just went with it. I'm so excited. Anyway, I hope if you guys do want to get one, you do jump on over to the website. I will have the link below, and it's a really nice advent. There are a few goodies that are on Sundays, Sundays. I guess it won't be Sundays when you open it, whenever, but there are a couple goodies in there, and a bonus goodie for your day one when you choose to start. So I hope you guys love it so much. All right, next is works in progress. I have so many works in progress, but I finally am getting into some of my prior works in progress that have been sitting and languishing while I was working on my advents. First, we're going to talk about my brand new project, because we just need to do that. So I've got some new needles. So I actually purchased some needles in a set. Woolen Vine. I follow her on YouTube, and she was talking about her favorite needles, and with some Christmas money, I decided to purchase a few more sets. I normally just have my set of Chiago Needles. I purchased these. I love these. These are my favorite circulars ever. They're metal. They're amazing. Love, love, love these. So I decided to purchase something and see how it goes, because now I'm getting into sock knitting. I purchased the minis, you guys. The minis. Both minis. It came in a set, so it was actually a couple dollars cheaper to get them in a set. And I figured, why not? I tend to gravitate between the two sizes of these that are in these packages, so yeah. I can get into these more in another video, but they are really nice because they come with two sizes of needles lengthwise of the same, like the size. So you get like a 2-inch length, and then you get the mini, like a really little one. And this is the smallest sizes. It's 0 through 3. I purchased these myself, you guys. This is not a paid sponsorship by any means. This purchased my own money, and it was not cheap. And then this one is more for probably knitting like hats and such. So it's a size 4 through 8, and again, like a shorter needle, like a 2-inch, 3-inch, and then your little like 1.5-inch or something little needle. So really, really nice. Very nice set. And I have just like hit the cusp on using these. I'm going to show you. Okay, so I just started knitting with 9-inch circulars. I've never done it before. There's a little bit of learning curve, but I'm starting to understand why people enjoy it so much. So the first project here is using my Nostalgia colorway. Oh, my Multifarious Nature Nostalgia colorway. You guys can kind of see it now. It's still looking a little bit softer in video than it is in person, which is a very frustrating color to photograph. Nostalgia is a gorgeous lilac purple colorway. It's very light and beautiful. It's definitely lilac. There are very subtle speckles in here. You can see it. Yeah, here you go. There's very subtle speckles throughout. Very, very subtle. And this pattern is a free pattern by, let's see here. It is Beata Jezek. The pattern is vestigial, and it's on hedgehog fibers. If you just go onto Ravelry, look up vestigial. I'll have the link below actually directly to it, and that is what I am knitting. This looks insanely small, and I tried it on because I thought this is not going to fit my foot. It's very snug. It's super stretchy. You can see it's very stretchy, but super snug. I am just starting to work on the heel flap here. So there's like this heel flap being formed. This is a free pattern. At the moment it's free. I mean, it probably will always be free because it's on Hedgehog Fiber's site. So it was originally designed probably for their yarn, but I'm using it for mine. So Nostalgia is, like I said, it's a lilac colorway. It is a tonal, a very soft tonal. It's beautiful. I am so excited with how this is turning out. It is so hard to photograph because it is such a soft and subtle tonal. I'm trying to give you some idea of it, but it is hard to photograph and visually, but it's very soft lilac. It's a lilac colorway. Very, very soft, and I'm absolutely loving knitting with this. This is on my 75-25 base. It is Superwash Merino nylon, really durable feeling. I haven't knit with it yet, so it was kind of nice to experience that, and I'm really excited to wear these, test it out for you guys. I feel really good about this as being a great sock base. It feels super durable and very soft, but very durable. So I don't think this is going to be a high pill or anything like that. I think this is going to be a really nice, durable sock. It's probably going to be like my favorite sock base, I think. When it comes to socks that you're going to like wear around in boots and such, I think these are going to be really, really good for that. So these are going to be like a mid-calf length, so nice. And this is where I'm starting to make the little heel flap now. So yeah, so I'm doing the 9-inch circulars and these itty bitty little needles. And it is so different. If you haven't worked with that yet, the 9-inch circs, it's weird because normally I use like my whole hand when holding knitting needles. It's just the way I work, and I always do the circular needles, but these are like, the needle is this long, and so you can't use your whole hand and use like your palm as leverage, so you're using just like these fingers, pretty much these 3 fingers on each hand are what you're using, and you're just kind of going along. But I can see the appeal of it. It doesn't take up a lot of room in your bag. It's really easy to carry with you. So I can definitely see that appeal. I can see why people enjoy it. I'm getting there. I started this project. This was my New Year's Eve cast on. I actually cast this on New Year's, I think, afternoon. It was Friday afternoon, or I'm pretty sure it's Friday afternoon is when I capped this on. So I'm knitting it really fast, which is actually kind of shocking because at first I thought I was knitting really slow. But I think because I normally do magic loop, so you knit across and then you rearrange your needle, pull it through, and then knit across again, that time it takes to move the needle from one side to another must be enough time that this actually is going faster, which is kind of shocking to me. It's pretty amazing. So really loving it, loving working with this. This is my nostalgia colorway. I do have it currently in the shop, so if you want to pick up some on this exact base, I do have it in stock in the shop. And you can make your own fun pair of socks. So that is my Multifarious Nature Nostalgia colorway. And I'm going to keep on working on those vestigial socks. That was my new work in progress. So now we're going to get into some prior ones you've seen before. So this is using Emma's yarn Advent. It is the Advent Envy Shawl. I'm probably mid-row. Yep, that would make sense. I mean, look how big this needle is compared to that sock needle. It's huge. Okay, so let me see if I can not make a crazy mess of this. All right. We're just going to work with this here. So here I am so far. I'm just taking my sweet time on this one. I was really in a hurry to get my Advent done because I wanted you guys to see the colorways for my Advent. This is Emma's yarn, so not mine. So I'm just kind of taking my sweet time here and enjoying it. And this is just a lot of fun, really fun, vibrant colors. And it's a beautiful pattern. The pattern is, again, this is Advent Envy by Amanda Rios. This is a really fun pattern. You do a lot of fun slip stitches. It's really, really pretty. So really enjoying that. I did some serious progress, considering that's what I did in 2 weeks. So that's actually pretty good, considering I was really working on my other shawl majority of the time. So that was a big deal, and I am really enjoying that. It's really nice, and Emma's Yarn Advent came with this little drawstring bag, which is awesome for my project. So that is that one, and then the other pattern that I'm working on is the Biscuit Socks by Isabella Handmade Stories. I ripped back the other ones and started anew with this. I want to say it's like I don't know if it's vintage or not. I'm not sure what year it is, but it's La Lana del Signonero Biella. It's soft brand. Sofio. It's an Italian yarn base, and the colorway is 801. No idea, but it's this beautiful, like, burnt orange. It looks a lot more vibrant there, but it is this beautiful burnt orange. And you guys, I have a finished sock. I have a finished sock. Can you believe it? So it's the Biscuit Sock. I have not blocked it or anything yet because I have the pins. I want to make sure that my second sock is the same as my first, because I actually changed up the decreases. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is a free pattern, so I don't think I'm gonna like give anything away that's not out there for y'all. But it is a free pattern. I'm really loving this pattern. It has this fun biscuit little texture on here, created by the little pearl stitches throughout. And then there's this wonderful little ribbing here at the top. And then the really neat and thick, which should be nice and durable, Eye of Partridge heel. I think that's what it's called. Bear with me here. I think they call it Eye of Partridge. Yeah, Eye of Partridge heel, which I was excited about because I've never done that before. And it's very nice and durable feeling. And then this is called a Dutch heel. This little turn here. So some new techniques, which is super awesome. Love learning new techniques. And the toe is also a new technique. I'm used to those toes where when you bind off, it like decreases down the sides. This is not like that. This toe actually decreases throughout as you're going around evenly, and it creates a nice round toe. I'm actually really excited to wear them. I've tried it on, of course, to make sure it fit, and it fit really comfortably. So I'm hoping that this is going to be really, really good, because I might make another pair of these because I really enjoyed that pattern. It kind of went really quickly. So I finished that one, and then I am now working on the second sock. And the second sock, I am using the 9-inch Circs with the correct needle size. So this is That biscuit sock, I am starting to work. It's from the top down, and obviously I've got a ways to go. But I had to make sure I marked this so that I knew that I did change that decrease though, because there's more decreases in the pattern, but because of the type of yarn I was using and everything, it was super snug to my foot, and I wanted to make sure that didn't get so tight that it was uncomfortable. So I want to make sure I do that on the second sock here. So this is a really nice yarn to work with. It's nice and durable. I want to say this is probably like a sock yarn you can get at like most yarn shops. I say most, but I mean, who knows here in the States. But I want to say this is probably a mass-produced type yarn. So, yeah, pretty durable. It's wool and nylon blend, and I think it's an 50-50. So 50% nylon, 50% wool. So it should be really durable and have that warmth from the wool. So excited about that. So those are my biscuit socks, and they are just trucking along. So I just, it's crazy. So much knitting, and I haven't forgotten about my sweater. I will work on that one in a little bit. There's so many things that I want to work on. My forager sweater, it will get worked on. Forager? Is it my forager? Or I'm getting all my projects mixed up because Forester sweater. Look at this. Okay, Forester sweater. I will work on it at some point. I just wanted to work with my sock yarn so bad. I want that nostalgia. I wanted to knit with it so bad. So there you have it. Because I want you guys to see it. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty colorway. And yeah, I think it would be amazing in color work as well. So the light is definitely starting to go on me here. It's almost 5 o'clock, and that's no good. So I will probably leave it at that. I just want to show you a couple more little goodies that I had picked up with the Christmas money here. I picked up another 37-inch small cable for my Chiago because I feel like I use this so much between the shawls and sweaters. Like, this is kind of my go-to length, the 37-inch. So I did pick up another one to have on hand, and then because I got those minis, I picked up the little mini set. Oh dear, throwing things everywhere. So the mini set, it came with this little like gripper. It's kind of like your gripper for taking lids off of jars, but it's a mini one. And then some more stitch markers and whoops. And some, what do you call this? Good grief, stoppers. So if you take your needles out, you can put that on so your stitches don't slide right off, which would be a disaster. It gives you a bunch of little needles for tightening, and then it actually gives you a couple. Okay, so this is awesome. So awesome. So it actually gives you a couple of these extenders. There we go. Extenders right here. And I am so grateful because I use extenders all the time. I don't necessarily use them to extend my work. I use them because I need to change from a longer cable to a shorter cable, or vice versa. Usually it's from a shorter to a longer, but it could be vice versa, because if you're doing like a collar to the sweater, you're going to switch from a small to a larger cord, or you might be doing from a larger cord, maybe you want a smaller one for when you're doing the wrists instead of doing magic loop. Well, it's so much easier to just now use that little extender, get your cables together, pull the smaller one in, and then undo it and put your needle on, boom, and then you'll just like go away really quick because you've got the smaller circumference and you don't have to do magic loop. I have nothing against magic loop. I love the magic loop method. That's the way I do socks. That's the way I do most things. I've never really enjoyed double pointed needles, so that's my thing. But now that I've discovered how the 9-inch works, how efficiently it works, I don't know if I'll ever go back when it comes to socks and like sleeves and things of that nature. I don't know. I might just do the 9-inch. I don't know if I'm gonna go back into magic loop. At least I know how to do magic loop, in case I don't have my minis with me, I could do that with like any longer cable. So it's a very useful method to know how to do. So if you don't know how to do it, look up. There's many, many YouTube videos. That's how I learned. Magic loop method. Lots of instructions out there. And I almost forgot. So I also got one more thing, and it was a Christmas gift, which is so awesome, for my sister-in-law, which I just want to say thank you again. Liz, this was such an excellent gift. So these are nip blockers. I finally have actual nip blockers, which is so awesome. So there's like big ones like this and little ones that are smaller, and I use this entire box to do my Shake It Up shawl because the Shake It Up shawl is huge, and that was awesome because I just used this entire box and it was good to go. So this is an excellent gift if you are looking for a gift to give to a knitter, because we don't always buy these things for ourselves. I really wanted to have them, but I had pins. I just had pins, like quilting pins, and so I would just put like 50 of those on a blocked item, and it would take me a long time to do it. It would take me a long time to clean it up, and then I always worried that I would have an abandoned pin somewhere that I would step on, or when the dogs might step on it, and that made me so nervous. So this is a huge relief. Really, really nice. And if you're looking for a gift that is reasonably priced and pretty accessible, you can get this at local yarn shops. You can definitely get it off of Amazon, online, off of Knitter's, I think, well, this is the Knitter's Pride, so yeah, you can get it there. But amazing. Best gift ever, and so useful. So there you have it. As personal things, life updates, gosh, I've been knitting a lot and trying to stay up with it. Trying to do this part-time side of working is, with New Year's, I wanted to just kind of take time and chill, but I really wanted to dye as well, like dye my yarn. So I did dye up those 2 new colorways for you guys, and I hope you guys love them, and I hope that, you get them if you want them, because they are limited run, and I want to make sure you get them, because I can't dye them up again. But, yep, Stardust and Landscape. Super fun colors, and I will knit with them when I am able. Because as you can see, I have a lot of projects on the needles. It's crazy. I just can't help it. I love it so much. It's so much fun. So as you can see, I'm getting all weird now because the lighting's getting awful, but I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I hope you got to spend time with family. I know things are going crazy here, and a lot of people are getting sick and getting better, which is good to hear, but it's just hard because they don't get to spend time with their family. So I hope you were able to. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care. Bye.